Hey, it's Yas. I'm back with another Oracle reading. It's a different one this time. So, for the last few months, I've been doing monthly Oracle readings and I've had so much fun. I love it so much. I've been feeling called to expand the types of readings that I do, and it's the end of the year. I thought, how amazing would it be to do a reading to honor the year that is coming to an end and to receive some guidance for the year to come? That's 2025. So I'll be doing a reading for the year that is ending and the year that is to come. And I'm using a different oracle deck for this reading. It is the Rose Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. Such a beautiful oracle deck, teaching you about the different seasons that we experience as human beings. Similar to nature, but as humans, we go through it too, because we are nature as well. But I'll get to that in the reading. I have focused on three questions for this reading, and those questions are: how can we honor the year that is coming to an end? That is 2024. Question two is: how can we open ourselves up to receive the blessings of the year to come? That's 2025. And the third question is: what is something that we can carry with us every single day as we move through the new year? And for each question, I got one card per question. So it's three cards in total for this reading. And the very first one: how can we honor the year that is coming to an end? The card that I got is the Wastelands. Sustainability. Slow down, tend to your garden. Now, if you listened to the reading that I did for December 2024, similar message is coming up here, where to honor the year that is now ending, we're being invited to reflect on all that has happened, everything that we got to experience, appreciate what it brought, even the struggles, how it's allowed us to grow and to transform into who we are today, but to also look at where it is that we may need to slow down going forward and to take better care of ourselves. I'm sure that it is normal for us to want to be striving and flying high all the time. Like I see it in the world. I see it in who I used to be, wanting to be at this high performing level all the time because I just thought that is how life is supposed to be. You're supposed to be at your peak all the time. But what I'm now learning is that just like nature, because we are nature, we go through seasons and cycles as well. And we don't have to be in a season of blooming and flourishing all the time. It's actually not normal to be overperforming all the time, to be pushing all the time. We absolutely do need to invite the periods that want to slow us down. So maybe you are in that phase of your life where you need to look at what it is that you need to cut back on, what it is that you need to prioritize. Or maybe you're already in that phase, like I am. And it's really opened my eyes to see what it is that I actually care about, what it is that I value in my life, the things that I enjoy, the things that make me so happy, and the type of person that I want to be. I have only been able to get clear on those things when things slowed down, when it gave me no choice but to have the time to sit in stillness and silence. Only then did I give myself that opportunity to think, what is it that I actually want and care about? So that's how we're being called to honor this year that's coming to an end. Look at what is sustainable for you going forward. Are you operating at a pace that you can continue for the rest of your life? And if not, where can you cut back and focus on what it is that you truly care about and makes you happy? And the second question, how can we open ourselves up to receive the blessings of the year to come? The card that came up is trust the seasons, embracing change, cycles of life, transition, growth. And the message of this card is, as it says, trust the seasons. So, like we see in nature, there are different seasons that are experienced continuously. Nature goes through a season of winter where things are shutting down, even being dead for a period of time. It's just still, there's almost no sign of life. It's a period of complete rest. And then it moves into spring, where things are looking a bit brighter, things are starting to sprout. It's not full bloom yet, but it is starting to sprout. Okay. And then from there, it moves into summer, where things are like shining, blooming, sprouting, flourishing. And of course, it can't be like that forever. After summer comes autumn or fall, as other areas in the world refer to it, where nature starts letting go, cutting back, preparing for its season of rest to begin that cycle all over again. And my life has forever changed since I learned that the way in which nature is expressed through these different seasons is actually how we live our lives as well. We go through seasons, we go through highs and lows, periods of rest and periods of rapid growth. And the message of this card is saying to trust whatever season the new year is bringing for you. So you can almost predict what is going to come for you in the new year based on where you are right now. So if you're in a period of slowness, of rest, then you can predict that what comes after winter, it's spring, things start to, it slowly begins to pop up and grow. Then you can expect that's what the new year is going to bring for you. Or if you are in a season of summer right now where things are like blooming for you and everything is amazing and fast paced and super exciting, then you can expect things to maybe cut back a bit, slow down a bit. And it may not necessarily mean that things will just disappear, but it could just mean that maybe it's a time to just enjoy where you are instead of always chasing for whatever's next. Um, so like you can interpret what season you're in now based on what your life is like and where you're most likely to move into in the new year. And of course, it'll be different for every single person because we're all on our unique journeys and paths. So It's not like all of us are going to be experiencing the same inner season as each other, but whatever it looks like for us, know that it serves a very valuable purpose in your own soul's journey and growth in this life. So, whatever comes next year, appreciate the season that comes, appreciate the lessons that it brings, the person that you grow into because of it, and know that nothing is temporary. Sorry, nothing is permanent. It's temporary, although temporary could be a long time, right? So it's not like a season that we experience lasts exactly the same as a season out in nature, which is 3 months per season. It's not necessarily the case. Like, for example, a season of your own inner summer of growth and expansion could very well be decades, or could be years. Um, so yeah, just know that whatever comes next, it's meant to be. It's part of the life that you came here to live, and to let it do its thing. And it's okay if you are resisting it, if you're not enjoying it, if you're finding it difficult to make peace with it, because change is difficult, but it absolutely gets better with time. And what helps um, with change is to remind ourselves that we're always changing. With every second that passes by, with every breath that we take, we are actually changing. You're not the person that you were yesterday. You're not the person that you were 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Um, we're always changing. So, whatever change comes next year, we can absolutely reap the benefits of it and feel the blessing that it brings by welcoming it, by knowing that we're meant to go here. This is the best thing for us. And if it doesn't look that great on paper, so if you are entering a season of slowing down and rest and you're feeling a bit frustrated because that's not how you want to live your life, it's not the glamorous life that you wanted, it's okay to be frustrated and to go through to go through all the feelings that it brings, because it I believe that it absolutely is part of the process. Part of the season of cutting back is to process all of those feelings that want to come up. And as you allow those feelings to come up, before you know it, you are on your way to the next season. Okay? So trust the season that you are being led into in the new year. And the third question is, what is something that we can carry with us each and every day as we move through the new year? So, what I mean by this is, what is a belief that we can hold on to? What is something that we can embody each and every single day to experience the new year in the best way for us? And the card that I got is We Are Nature, becoming grounded, embodiment, living in connection. Okay, so earlier I mentioned that we are nature, and it may be a bit weird to think, how am I, a human being, the same as a tree outside, or the sand, or the water, the air? How am I the same as that? Well, from a spiritual perspective, everything that ever exists, everything that was created, comes from the same source, this divine intelligence that created everything and everyone. So if we all come from the same creator, we hold something within us that is the same. In a way, we are the same. Everything that exists is the same. To our eyes, it may not appear that way, but spiritually, energetically, I am no different to these books, to the bookshelf. Um, I am no different to a tree. We are just uniquely expressed, but we were created from the same source. And maybe it's easier to see yourself in nature because nature has life, but I choose to see myself in everything, like the inanimate book and bookshelf, because it was created by something. Materials came together to produce these items, and everything had to come from somewhere, and that somewhere is the source of everything, if that makes sense. Okay, I digress. So back to the message here. What can we carry with us every single day? It's embodying that knowing that you exist in everything. You are everything. See yourself in the air that you breathe. See yourself in the physical items and objects and nature around you. Use all your senses. Like, have fun with it. Use all your senses. What you see, what you can hear, what you can smell, what you can taste, what you can touch, right? Everything that exists is truly, essentially you. We're all connected. And when you start to see yourself in that way, that you're connected to everything, things start to change. Suddenly, the things that once challenged you, they're not that big of a deal anymore. And I know that the things that we face, the challenges that we face, they're very different. Everybody's going through something, and some things are very severe and they're very real, and we're not bypassing that. So, from a human perspective, it is very real to go through devastation and trauma and the challenges that we have. But when we remind ourselves that we are not just human, we are so much more than that. We are spiritual beings. We're eternal. We're here to live out an experience that our soul chose. When we remind ourselves of that as we go through the challenges in our lives, it becomes so much easier. In some cases, the challenge disappears because you're no longer looking at it from a limited perspective or just a single lens. You're looking at it with a different lens or different angle. Suddenly, the challenge appears as just a soul lesson that you were meant to learn, or just an experience that your soul was meant to grow through, to evolve through. And when you see the miracles in everything, when you recognize yourself in everything, life starts to become quite miraculous. I have experienced it. And the old me several years ago would never have believed that life can actually be amazing and miraculous through the challenges. But by practicing this way of viewing things, of seeing myself connected. I learned about this about 2 years ago, that we are connected to everything. We are everything. And by reminding myself of that every single day, and then eventually multiple times a day. And of course, you don't have to do it all the time because it can be exhausting to always be working on yourself and improving yourself. But to consistently remind yourself over time, things change, your life changes, you vibrate differently, you start to open yourself up to more light, and that light that grows brighter within you attracts more light, more amazing, miraculous experiences. So I hope that this gave you the guidance and excitement for the year to come. I hope that this year, whatever it has been for you, it allows you to see how far you've come in your journey, not just this year alone, but like your entire lifetime, how far you've come. Honor everything that you've been through, appreciate yourself for showing up, to show up every single day despite what you have gone through. Really honor and appreciate yourself for that. And I'm super excited for 2025. 2024 surprised me in the most terrifying and amazing way. So if that is anything to go by for 2025, I'm super amped to see what comes. So that is the reading for today. Thank you so much for joining, and I can't wait to see you again for the next one. Bye bye.